Hey guys, it's Greg from East Coast Eyes, and today I've got a review of the Under Armour Charge Head. This was a head that my roommate got because they were giving away for free at a tournament. A lot of you guys might have got them. I think they were giving away at the Final Four for free as well, and I guess they're just really trying to get the name out about Under Armour heads. They gave it away in this flashy yellow color, I guess to draw some attention and make people think of Volt. I like the color. It's pretty nice. Not quite Volt, but it's bright yellow. So we got one for free. And they weren't offering it then, but they do now. It's on Lacrosse.com. It's called the Under Armour Charge. They've also got an Under Armour Charge U. This here is the high school version. It costs $79, which is cheap for a new head, and weighs 4.7 ounces, which is lighter than, or I think the same weight as the Superpower and the Evo X. So no faults there for sure. So the head overall is nice. I could see myself playing with it. It's not quite as narrow through the throat as I would like, but the face shape is nice. It resembles a lot like the Evo 3 in that it's a pretty wide face shape with a gradual flare that doesn't come up all that high. The throat's pretty wide, and the flare is right in the middle of the head and pretty gradual. So I think this head would be better suited for a midfielder. Might be a little wide for an attackman, but the face shape's pretty good. Feels a little bit like a little wider stallion. Should make it really easy for catching though and things like that. For a defenseman though, it's very, very stiff. I just tried to see what kind of damage it would do on a face-off, and it didn't, barely budged. All these very rigid sidewalls with these zigzag connectors make it very rigid, so I think it would make a good D-stick. I don't think it will warp over time, which is one of the things I hate, is head warping. So we'll get into my favorite part, which is the stringing. The top string holes are a little odd. They're square and they've got these insets, and what that's for is Under Armour developed this system. It was like a little rubber snap that you would snap on instead of stringing a top string. They break, they fell off. It was not a great idea by them, so failed attempt there, and now you're left with these square top string holes, which aren't the end of the world. I could have strung a triangle top string through it, so it's not terrible. Just didn't make any sense when they started. But nothing wrong with the top string holes. One of my issues primarily is up at the top holes here, the sidewall. These holes, 1 and 2, up at the top here are extremely small, and then the third one is a little larger. So I usually string my top strings on one of the top holes and like to wrap a couple strings through, and there was no option for that, so it was workaroundable, but just a little different than the other heads that I've strung in the past. As for the sidewall holes, there are a lot of them. 20 a couple, but they're a little odd in that they're not evenly spaced. They're bunched in twos, so you get 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There's little gaps, but certainly not big enough gaps to complain about, and there are a ton of sidewall holes. The bottom string holes are fine, large enough to fit a leather through for sure, so nothing wrong there as well. The stringing was pretty easy. The wide shape lends itself to a kind of wide channel, unless if you're looking for a mid pocket, you get a decent channel, but high pockets are with a channel a little bit out of the question. I strung this pocket specifically for a buddy of mine who wanted a mid pocket that was undefined and pretty without a lot of channel. So overall, I really like this head for the price, $80. It's really good. If I got one for free, I'd be happy to play with it. Of course, who wouldn't? But overall, much better than Under Armour's original heads. So anyway, guys, like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't, and thanks for watching.